Hi there, and welcome to my channel, Now Art by Sin. Today, let's do something Christmassy fun. I know it's after Christmas, but how many of us still have our Christmas tree up, our Christmas lights and Christmas decorations up, and how many of us still have our Christmas designed press-on nail sets on? I do. So without further ado, let's get started. We've got one more Christmas design to do and put together.
Today, I am going to be recreating a set of nails that a YouTuber by the name of Glamify Babe has on her YouTube channel. I love to watch her channels. I subscribe to her. If you have not subscribed to her channel, you can find her by just typing in Glamify Babe, and she'll pop up. She gives very, very easy instructions on how to recreate her nail art. I've been watching her for a little over a year now, and I have to say that I really have learned quite a bit from her. She is actually probably the reason why I have so many Madame Glam polishes. I became fascinated with all the pretty polishes that she would use. And so, as you can tell from my desk area, I do have quite a bit of the polishes from Madame Glam. And at this time, the colors of Madame Glam that she uses are just beautiful. It looks like there's white, and then there's a pink and a red. So what I've done is, I know I have the same colors that she uses, but I'm going to be using my Beatles polishes. I've got a white 474. I've got a Beatles pink color that is D175. And then I also have a Jodstone red color B548. So I'll be starting out with these, and if there's any other colors that I'll need, that I'll pull them out as I go. To start out with, I am going to be using my 17 millimeter liner brush, and this is a 17 mm. I bought these on Amazon. I think they were very inexpensive brushes. I've got some really good Kolinsky brushes, but I wanted to use something that was affordable, that anybody getting started with doing nail art would be able to afford. And the company name of these brushes are, looks like Shine Chance is the name. And there is a whole set of brushes. I actually have used my label maker and just put the size of the brushes on all of these brushes here. I think there's one more. Yep. So in the set, you do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brushes in total. So I'm going to start out with the 17 mm, and then if I need another size brush, I'll just pull them out as I go as well. Excuse my stuffy nose. It's just that time of the year. I feel like I'm getting sick or coming down with something, but hope you can understand me okay. All right, so I am going to put on a set of gloves because I just did my nails actually, and don't want to get them all polished up with red and white and pink on this beautiful emerald green set that I'm wearing. These are press-on nails. I will add the link to Glamify Babe's channel down below in the in the description section of this nail art project today. So I do have a set of nail tips that I have them prepped and ready to go. I did paint 2 nails, the thumb and the index finger, with the white from Beatles, and the pointing finger and pinky finger I used the Beatles 175. And then the ring finger, I use the Jodson B548 red. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started here. And let me get my brush ready. Okay, so that is the size of the 17 mm brush that I'll be using. I have this brush holder. It's just a very inexpensive one. I think I got it from Temu or Shein, one of those places. But the brushes slide off very easily, so I have these little rubber bands that I put on here, which helps it really holds the brush in place. So that's what you're going to be seeing there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you a picture on the screen of the set that I'm going to be recreating, and we will get started. Okay, so what she's done is she is doing 3 red nails. The thumb, the index finger, and then the ring finger. And I had done 2 white, so I'm going to try something. I'm not going to do it exactly the way she does it, but only because, I want to try something different. So I have this, it's called Castor Oil Gel Nail Polish, and it's from Savvyland. It's a little bottle. This bottle is 7.5. I haven't even used it yet, so I'm going to try and put this over the white polish and see what this does. Let's see what outcome we get. And if I don't like it, then we can always, change it up a little bit. That's the one thing I love about recreating somebody else's work, is you don't have to do it exactly like they have it. You just go with it and do whatever you think would work best for you. And that's what I hope that somebody does, when they're watching my videos. They don't have to do exactly what I do. So, and because these are tips that I won't be using for myself, these are just my practice tips. I actually I had purchased these tips thinking they were full coverage, and they actually were, the actual half tips. And so I thought, well, I'm not going to be using these, so I will just use them for practice tips. So what I've done is I've shaped them up to fit a full type nail, but they're just for practice. I'm not going to be actually wearing these. If I decide I want to make myself some nails like this set, I will redo it and probably redo a video. So let's see here. I do want to go ahead and get the tip of this done. There you go. Wow, that's really pretty. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a lot of glitter inside this polish. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I think I'm going to do both of the white nails, this color, and then I'm also going to put it over the red one. I love this. It's so beautiful. I've never worked with castor oil gel polish, but I love the way it goes on. It is so awesome. It's got a really good coverage to it. So I may have to see if I can order me some bigger bottles of this. Look at that. Wow. goodness, that just looks awesome. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Let me clean off this glove because I do not want to get this red on anything. All right. So there you go. Now let's put it on this third one. Beautiful. It actually looks like a redder, darker red because it's over red instead of being over white, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Glamify Babe actually used a Madam Glam red polish, and then she used one of the glitter red polishes for Madam Glam to give it this type of sparkle on all the nails. So it kind of looks like the same as she's got going on. There you go. That is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to get ready to put these in the lamp. These three. I'm going to move these out of the way. Put these in the lamp for 60 seconds. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so that is the pinky, and I think that was number 2, my pointy finger. All right, so if anybody is interested in this polish, it's castor oil. It was a set of, let me see if I can grab them so I can show you. I think it's just easier for me to bring you up here where my little caddy is that has these castor oil polishes. So here it is, castor oil, Savvyland, and this one is black. This is a glitter black. And then you've got your glitter white, green, darker green. It's kind of dark because I'm got my hands in the way. There's 2 shades of red, another red, yellow, silver, like an ivory, an orange, and a gold. And bring you back over here. Sorry, my desk is a mess. And then this is the little pamphlet. As I mentioned before in one of my videos, I keep all the pamphlets so that I can always make sure I'm curing everything the correct way. So this is the information on the castor oil gel nail polish. It's a manual. So, all right, and as I mentioned before, that was through Savvyland. All right, so here we go with the set now that we're going to be working on. And they look really nice now that I've put that red castor oil Savvyland gel polish on top of the 2 white ones, and I put it on top of the red one. It looks beautiful. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work with the striping, and we're going to use a white gel polish, and And then I'm going to put some, I'm going to get my sugar glitter out, the white color, and we will dust it with the sugar glitter. So let me pull that out. These are my rainbow sugar neon glitters, and I do have a white in here, so I'm going to pull that out. Any type of white, very fine glitter will work. So this is the fine one that I'm going to be using. All right. So let me get started. I'm going to use this polish right here. Probably I'm not going to be talking very much while I'm doing this because I just don't want to mess anything up. So let me just get some white polish on here. All right. All right. Let's see here. When you watch Glamify Babe's channel and she gives a tutorial on how to follow her and recreate her nail art, you will not be disappointed. You can tell that lady's got the gift of gab, and she just explains everything so thoroughly. She is blessed to have that ability. I'm more of your quiet nail artist. I may talk, but I probably just ramble on, I guess. She knows what she's talking about. Okay, so she does a little thick line to get started, and then she'll do a thin line and then a thick line. There you go. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the glitter and do this one right now before it starts running everywhere. Move this out of the way. Right. That looks real nice. Let me get that in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then I'll come back and finish the rest of the lines. She does everything so quickly, but I don't think I could keep up with her pace. Right, and that is what it looks like when it came out of the lamp. I just took my little brush and dusted it off. So now we're going to do the little thin lines. I think that's a little too thick, so I'm going to remove that and redo it. As I mentioned, working with gel is perfect because you can fix your boo-boos. Mm-hmm. Just looks a little too thick for me still. So try and thin it out a little bit more. Okay, let's try that again. All right. All right, let me do a thicker line now. All right. See if I can get a thicker line up here going. All right, let's do one more thin line down here at the bottom. There you go. That looks pretty good, if I may say so myself. So let's get some more glitter going. All right, we're going to get this in the lamp, cure it for 60 seconds, and that should be it on that one. Didn't come out as perfect as hers, but I think it's okay. All right, so this one is ready. So we are going to clean this up. I'm going to add just a little bit more glitter here on this end. A little bit more glitter right here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add, kind of straighten this line out a little bit. There you go. There, I think that'll be just about perfect for it. All right, let's get the rest of this glitter on here. That should be about ready. Just clean out this little brush here. I like to clean them after every use, just so they don't dry up. Okay, got about 16 seconds to go there. Alright, let's clean this up here. It's not perfect, but it will do. Alright. Dust that off again real good. And I think it's ready to go. That's perfect. And we'll pour this glitter back into the jar. Okay. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Like I said, it's not perfect, but you know, practice makes perfect. So with the next set that I do, I will be sure to focus a little bit more on my straight lines, but I think it looks pretty nice. Her next nail is the ring finger, and she actually does some freehand drawing of snowflakes. She's got one up in here in this corner, a larger one, and then a smaller one down here. So I'm going to attempt it and see how I do. Like I said, snowflakes is not my forte, so we will see how that turns out. All right. First thing she does is she gets her dotting tool. So let me grab a dotting tool real quick. I'm going to use this one here. It's got a pretty good size little circle there, little dotting tool. So she puts a dot in the middle. She puts another dot here, another dot here. She does one more, and one more. And she does one to the side, one to each side. She does two in each little section there. I don't know, that doesn't look right. Okay, let me try this again. Hold on. I'm going to go back and look at her picture. All right, so I am going to redo this because it does not look like her picture. So let's get that off of there. All right, let's start over. All right, so she does one here, and she does one here and one there. this one has 2, 2. All right. This one has 1. This has 1 here. It's got 1 here and 1 there. Okay, I'm going to try this smaller brush and see how this works. So basically, as she's connecting the dots on these, she's doing this. This. Kind of took away the little dots there. I can tell this is going to take some practice on my end because I don't look right again. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just connecting the dots very lightly, barely pressing down. Okay. And that did come out pretty good, I guess. I mean, considering it's not easy to do. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glitter this while I can. Excuse me, I dropped that. Okay. Trying to get this before it runs everywhere. Okay, let's see if that'll work. Secure that for 60 seconds and then I'll dust it off. So my recreation set is coming along just fine. Of course, it looks a lot different than hers. Hers is, to me, a lot prettier. But, you know, we're always our own worst critic. So, like I said, it's different. It's not as perfect as I would say hers is, but she's been doing nail art for a long, long time. And practice makes perfect, so I'll just keep practicing. So far we've got our striped nail, and then we have our present nail that looks like a present with a ribbon tied around it, and then we've got our peppermint swirl nail with some gems, and then we've got the snowflake nail. On the last nail, she has a sweater design going all the way down the red part of the nail here, and then she just used a dotting tool and used some dots to go around the rest of the French nail red area, and then she glittered it with the sparkle glitter, the white. So we will do the same. This nail is not quite as long as hers, so of course she had a lot more space for her canvas, but I will do the best I can here. Now, what I've seen before, I've seen people use actual art gel to do the sweater nail because it's a little bit thicker in consistency. It doesn't run like a regular nail polish would. So I've got this, I think you pronounce it Laquette is what I'm seeing. Oh, Laquelle, Laqueuel, and then Reth. But I use this quite often when I'm doing any kind of art gel. So painting. So I will go ahead and just grab a little bit of this. And probably going to mix it with a little bit of the polish that I have here on the, a little bit of the Beatles polish. Let's see how that does. All right. So what she is doing is she's taking, let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think she does a line here. And then she kind of does a little line here. And she does another line here. And then one here. So from there, she connects this line with this line and this line with this one. There you go. And then we do a little, just a little line right here. I don't know, that don't look right. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and do this again. All right, sorry. I think I got it figured out. Okay, so she does like a 4 design right here. So she does that part of the 4, this part of the 4, and then that part of the 4. And then she does this one here, this here, and then she does that there. Let's try that one more time. Like I said, I don't have a very big canvas to work with here, so okay, let's see here. Gonna go here, here, and here. Then we're gonna go here, here, and there. And then we're just going to put a little line up here and a little line down here. That's basically all it is, I think. That just doesn't look right to me, though. One more time. 3rd time's a charm, right? Okay. Gonna go here, 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 that way. I think this might be easier to connect. That way, and that way. All right, that's about the best it's gonna do, I think. Now we're going to take our dotting tool and we're going to follow exactly what she's doing here. So she puts dot there. glitter this. This should be about it. And 60 seconds in the lamp, and that should be it. Okay, just gonna put this glitter away. All right, I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna put this away over here, out of the way. And this is out of the lamp. So we're just gonna brush this off.
Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Here is an overview of what my Christmas design came out like. Not as perfect as Glamify Babes, but I'll just keep trying to practice on this particular set here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please come back to watch more fun videos that I put on my channel. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.